Hello class, good afternoon. So this week we will talk about understanding bar graph. So to begin with, when you say bar graph, it is a chart with rectangular bars with lengths and proportional to the values of what they represent. Bar graphs are used to show and compare data. Bar graph use two perpendicular lines as labeled reference lines. The bars can be drawn horizontally or vertically. So as you can see here, this one is a horizontal and the other one is okay. This one is vertical and the other one is horizontal. So these two are bar graph. So parts of a bar graph. Graph title. This gives an overview of the kind of information being represented and is usually written on the top of the graph. Next is the vertical and horizontal axis. One axis represents the data groups or the objects being counted, and the other axis represents the frequency or data groups. Next is the bar labels. The labels describe the data group and the unit of the measure used. Scale. This tells how many or how much. It contains evenly distributed numbers that represent some unit of measure. And the last one is legend. This explains other information presented in the graph. So example, 5 teams of grade 4 class collected empty cans and plastic bottles for recycling. The record shows their collection: maganda 60 kg, masipag 70 kg, masaya 60 kg, masinop 73 kg, and matyaga 85 kg. So these are the 5 teams of grade 4. So these are the data that is organized in a table. So number of teams, we have maganda 60, masipag 73, masaya 60, masinop 73, matyaga 85. So this data that is being represented in a table can be represented also in a bar graph. So since you can see the range of the frequencies are bigger, 60, 73, 60, 73, 85, then in the bar graph, you can use by 1, by 2s, by 3s, by 5, by 10, by 50. It depends on the frequency of each group or of each variable. So since here the lowest is 60 and the highest is 85, then we can use by 10. So in this side, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So this side is the key weight in kilogram. Next is this one. We have for the first bar, maganda. Second bar, masipag. Third bar, masaya. Masinop, fourth bar. And matyaga, fifth bar. That is the name of the section, and the pink one represents empty cans and plastic bottles that they collected. So this one is an example of bar graph. And as you can see in this bar graph, that Matyaga team collected the greatest amount of used plastic bottles, since it is the highest bar. And the lowest is maganda and masaya. So using bar graph, you can easily understand or analyze the given information or data. So this one is graph title. Next is this is the vertical axis and this is the horizontal axis. We have bar labels. This is the bar labels. Maganda, masipag, masaya, masinop, matyaga. And these numbers. Those are bar levels. And the scale tells how many. There's no scale in this bar graph. At the same time, legend. Example, Cindy and Nancy planned to sell snack items during the school foundation. They had the permission to survey a group of pupils. The pupils were chosen alphabetically from the class list. So first one is favorite snack items and numbers. This one is the frequency. So there are 12 students who choose donut, 5 for french fries, 6 for banana Q, 10 for cheeseburger, 8 for ham sandwich, 7 for cookies, and 2 wouldn't buy. So another information is this one, favorite fruit. So it is display on a bar graph. So first, banana. They are 8 pupils. Next is mango. 9 pupils chose mango. Durian, 2. Lanzones, 6 pupils chose lanzones. And 5 for mangosteen. So another example, this one is the grade 4 class on foundation, or they are choosing what colors they wear during the foundation or school foundation. 9 of the students wear white, 8 students wear blue, 2 students wear red, 7 students wear pink, and 4 students wear green color. So we can present this data using bar graph. So this time we will use horizontal bar graph. So for we start with white. So for horizontal, this is the variables and this is the frequencies. So white, there are 9, blue 8, red 2, pink 7, and green 4. So this is what we call the horizontal bar graph. For your activity, answer check your understanding on page 376. Take a photo of your answers and send it via private message. Deadline March 30.